Do you want to introduce each other? And you
I'm Hannah. I'm head of mentoring alumni. So my role is really about getting you guys engaged in being alumni and what you can get out of it as well. So support you to develop.
And I'm Leanne. I'm head of mentoring as well, but from the students' perspective. So Hannah will focus on you guys, and I'll focus on making sure that you guys deliver exactly what students want, what you need, by dividing the role into two, where you'll focus more on stuff that needs to be done. Ultimately, we're supported by Stefan and Kelly, who are behind you. Give a wave. Kelly is comms, so we'll be irritating you all day for videos and pictures.
You'll hate me by the end of the day. It's fine.
And then Bevan heads events, so Bevan's going to be texting you, you're coming, all the details, the agenda. So as you can see, we're having a slight technical difficulties with slides, in that we set it up when we arrived and it was all streaming, and then when we changed the laptops it was like, no, I'm not a projector anymore. So we're kind of going to go with it and go through the people. So I think we were going to kick off by giving you kind of the top line of what our strategy is this year. So there's some kind of key.
I think Sunil might be bringing some people up.
Okay, so I'll read it out because you can't see it. Our top line strategy this year, so we really want you guys to hear, and I think this has been happening previously, but actually there's more of a focus on it this year. So we want you guys to really, like, my role is really focused on you guys and your development and your journey as mentors. So there's going to be a lot more stuff this year around what you want and what you can get out of the network. I'll kind of top line on that, so help you guys develop and build the skills, so deliver excellent training events and sessions, high quality team-wide mentoring, and then kind of work closely with the UK and help them integrate in the program. So that's our top line.
What do you want to do today? So you've all seen the agenda, which will be on screen right now. But predominantly the morning is broken up into a couple of sessions. There'll be a panel, which will be talking to our wonderful mentors. There'll be a bit from Enactus UK on just a brief update on what their strategy is, 5 minutes on criterion, and why they want to work on mentors today. And then from there, we're going to go straight into planning and strategy. So we're very aware that mentor training in the past has been very much talking. And although we could talk about mentoring all day, we don't want to, and we don't have to enough value to you guys. So we're just sort of assuming that you're already here, you're obviously the upper echelons of an actual student, you're committed to being here, you're obviously all incredible graduates, all got the capabilities to do it. We just need to work out what you're going to do when and what the teams. So that means that the rest of the day is broken up into now until October, project competition, and then sustainability.
Yeah, really good to that. We've also got a session on skill development and the things kind of session.
Yep, so that's sort of it. I guess we've got a couple of expectations, but not many. So one, there's 3. As we see on the slide. So one is engaging in the communicator, blending discussions. Allocations, obviously we get those on lunchtime, so you can copy the way down. So we start seeing what they're challenging and what they use them about that in the groups. So you've got communicate with the team, fill in your team progress report, which is an online resource for new mentors, and we're trying to make it even easier this year for old mentors, demo, but you can now CC the TPR into emails. So if you're emailing the program manager or emailing the team, you've got TPR at alumni.org, and then that will upload to your app. So we try to make that as easy as possible, and then third one was the autumn, which doesn't really work that side. So we just wanted to try and bring as much as you can today, bring your precious mind, bring all of your ideas. Don't be afraid to put ideas out there. We've got a mix of a lot of new mentors and a lot of experienced mentors. We really want to deal with the that would be the overview of the day. Any questions? Okay, cool. So we're gonna kick off with there's obviously lots of different mentoring styles that you can adopt, and there's some great mentors here that you can talk to and learn about that. And Grant very kindly offered to run a panel and talk to some of those mentors to use some examples of how you can do that.
Oh, it's okay.
Good nice chat. Good nice chat.
Very nice chat.
Should I do the taking of you? Just no, because I wasn't here. So, welcome. This is RCS Update. Very quickly, gents' toilets, go out the doors, just around the corner. Ladies, down that alleyway. Any you'll find it. Any issues, just shout and wave. I'm still whether I hope you met a lot of you, all of you. If not, come say hi. We'd like to meet you. It's more than you.
Okay, cool. So we just want to share with you guys a little bit about Breakouts. Basically, it was something that came up. Sorry, I'm going to try to not get too distracted. It's something that we started thinking about on a panel last year, and we were having a conversation about how mentoring style really changed the type of team that you're working with, or how long you've been a mentor for. So before I started mentoring, I was an Enactus UK program manager. And I know that there are some people that are doing that stuff in my really hard program manager. The very first time I met Matt, I asked him what the hell he was doing.
I still don't know.
So I was actually incredibly hard program manager, and I had really high expectations for my team. But actually what I realised over time is that you really have to get to adapt to mentoring style. And then I kind of massively over-contributed to that, and I actually became a mentor. So then probably the fastest mentor in the school, and you're like, and you're like,
You are.
and you're like, you have like a student in field who does everything well, you're like so much to do, so like, you're like, I don't know what to do. Yeah, so I just think you guys have some time to but yeah. Yeah, so I really want you guys to have a look at things like mentoring stuff. And I asked them a couple of methods. So the first question was what kind of team are you working with? And the second question was
This is just turning off and on again.
describe the mentoring style in 3 words. Next question was why does it work? And the final question was what do you get out of it? So I'll let you guys think a little bit about that team and mentoring style, and then we'll try to open up those questions and
Okay, so the team I mentor is 5 years old. They go through peaks and troughs. They started on the peak, now we're in the trough. They're a team that regularly has to restart. Probably because the students who are in the team will graduate, they'll leave, they'll take their knowledge, sustainability is an issue. And the next students come in and are caught in the headlights and they don't know what to do, and they freak out a little bit, they start the team again. And it seems to happen the last 2 or 3 years they've had to restart. This year, I think the first thing probably took the 3 or 5 years that we've had a bit of continuation of people that were in the team last year now running the team this year. Yes.
You can do an example about your well, that's fine.
Yeah, I'll come back.
So I've been mentoring for a year, I'm mentoring 2 teams, and in one of the teams, they consistently do quite well, but their international project side is not really start, so they think of an international project, kind of go out, try to implement it, and then they kind of give up on it. So we started today, which is a good thing. They really kind of pursue it and kind of make it work and work around it. And my other team is really, really good. Their team structure isn't that great, and they've got, like someone was saying, that their team is kind of leading, so there's no one who's already knows a lot about Enactus in the team. So it's just working around it, and I say just coming up my styles for the team quite different, because some need a lot more time.
I'm Kay, and was leading maintenance for 1 year. So my team is pretty similar, but it started in 2003, and then kind of just completed. And we started in 2008. We know that it was 7 years back. But it's the same kind of problem with sustainability. We didn't really have a long-term plan. They kind of operated on a year-by-year basis. And they kind of lost a lot of activity in the team, like as a result of that. So the company going, especially this year, as we're mentioning, they're having a lot of new people in the team who kind of don't always understand those things. And you kind of take that for granted until you move to a position where you're working on a project and you're having to take the time out to explain, actually, that's not empowerment, like this is what you need to do, empowerment. Actually, this is where you need to get the projects not at this point. It's actually, as we said, you kind of have to adapt to that conversation style and then this was stuff. Actually, like, this is what you need to learn first before you go out and do the course.
You guys know your own styles and so I'd say when I started, I was really soft, so I'm quite some person as well. So I was like, if you need anything from me, I'll be here for you. And then realised I can't be there for them full time, because they were like full time. I couldn't keep up with it. So I think I really had to adapt like a few months in. I was like, yeah, this isn't working, and actually set out how we would communicate, so it's really formal rather than being friendly. So I'm now like I'm a lot more direct with them, and if they don't use me, I won't have music with them because I'm trying to mentor them if they don't use me at the moment. So that's how I think quite a lot. So and that's kind of comforting in a way, which isn't me. But I think it is a lot to do with your mentor and mentor rather than you as a person as well.
Yeah, I think my start changed quite a bit as well. At the start, I was always a bit guarded with them, so I knew some mistakes in the nation past. And I think that was quite harsh with them on some points. But I didn't always give them a context as to why that was. And I don't really know why I did that. But I kind of learned from it. And I realised this year how actually they needed that context sometimes, why I was pushing them to do certain things or not to do certain things. I think once they sort of understood that, they were able to explain it to see like that's why I need to look into it. That's actually what the things are doing completely against college.
Yeah, so my journey was really confusing in that I kind of befriended them so I could be more blunt with them. Purely because the team started focusing on what I think were non-core natural stuff. So when they were relaunching, they focused on their branding and how they portray themselves as people they're recruiting and their social projects. So I kind of twisted it. I was like, I need to be in a position where I can just tell you, I tried to soft approach at first, and now I just realized it wasn't working. I had a conversation with the team leader. I was like, how do you want me to deal with you and the rest of the team? I can either be quite blunt and quite honest and not waste time and have everything emoted, or we can just call it what it is and actually dive into the problem and then just try and solve it. So now I say to them, contact me whenever you want. I'm quite available in my hours are quite flexible. If you need me kind of at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, call me, email me, whatever, and we can have a conversation. Let's not waste time with that. It's not going to cover it up.
And I'm like the exact opposite. So like the 3 words I asked is trying to like style where trying to be honest and mine was from thinking and something. But it's been interesting because the both books work a lot more with them than they were at massively
I work a lot more with project managers, social projects, and a lot of them are like completely confused. They didn't know anything about that, and they would probably just try. I would about that. I can say that from experience, like where I'm coming to try to be driving for business. So yeah, that kind of, I guess, the two of us were very big on this style, and we were working with one team, I guess it's really good to know that they also made that really different people, and it's just us to work with different kinds of different people. But I think one example that I always think about is kind of last year really for us, the last couple of weeks ago, but Johnny and I did it, and Johnny and I did not more different 50 times. He's a result person, he's an action person, he's a numbers person, and I'm like, show me a video testimonial of this one beneficiary whose life has been changed. I don't care about the numbers, I don't care about the life-changing story person. So Johnny and I were like trying to do that process, and it really was like such a learning curve to see how different styles work in different parts of the year. So kind of at the start of the year, I think they were doing their kind of group assessments, and they were brainstorming project ideas, and they were kind of at the very beginning stages of lots of different projects weren't working. And I'd say my style worked really well because it was like they constantly had to talk to me about their ideas off. Whereas John was a lot of like, just get on with it. I don't understand why this is so difficult, just get on with it. And for a lot of us, like, we've been out of uni for a couple of years now, we've forgotten how hard it is to actually get projects going. And it doesn't work. And it's really, like, I think it's really mean to sit there and be like, that's what it's down here. I don't understand why it's so hard to find a project partner. And then I'd be like, Johnny, when was the last time you actually had to go out and look for a project partner? Like, it's hard. But on the flip side of that, like, coming up to nationals, my style didn't work at all because I was still really like, oh, you guys need a hand raise, and can I help with this? And I was still like really hand holding, and coming up to nationals, I was not able to do at all. And actually, Johnny started like really this script, like these numbers don't make sense. So this is what we need to do. We need to do a lot more active things like that, and work a lot better. And we were seeing those examples where the organization style really didn't work.
So I started mentoring one of the project leaders in the team I'm mentoring, who was looking for me to like a team leader. And I did have a direct with him saying, this is what you need to do. Find out what sorry. I just wanted to I just started mentoring their project leader and starting a new international project. And he doesn't really know a lot about Enactus for me, and so I don't really get it. So I didn't really get it. And I was being really direct with him. Obviously, that approach really didn't work on a time basis. As Kelly was saying, like, you need to make sure you go through like the fundamentals first before you start everything else. And I think that's one that like I just really missed out, and then realised, oh my god, you don't really understand what Enactus is like and how you do it, help her remember, and then you don't really understand that. So I'm just working with her now to actually understand what Enactus is and what an international Enactus project is, rather than
I think my experience was similar to that. Meeting new team members, my natural approach would be like, didn't necessarily go down very well with new team members, and it probably came across that Enactus was this massive thing and really intimidating. But I kind of had a feedback session with the team leader and kind of said, and next time I tailor the approach, and then it just kind of developed into more of a friendly working together.
So for me, like most parents, so I think I'm quite demanding with my team. Like my expectations are quite high in terms of I'm really enthusiastic and passionate about this, so I always expect them to have that same high level of energy all the time. And at times I'll be like, oh, so like, what have you thought about this? What's your plan for this? And a lot of the time I have to find themselves to think things through first. And I was quickly like coming in all guns blazing and like, oh, like tell me all about this. Tell me how you're going to go about doing like this thing that you said to me. And I don't just have good ideas now. Like, I think it took me a while to almost adapt my style to that and to like give them the time to think things through first and not sort of go in like let's do it. Because I think we forget sometimes that like the students really need to figure things out themselves at the same time. It's like we're guiding them and that was a big one. We feel like we have the benefit of hindsight and something that we can fit with our team what they should be doing and like forget that the process of doing things like this didn't happen. It's really a bit more like so from when you find out it, it's a job working with other mentors who are working on the same group and who fits in the line of support and the same partner in the day and you work not with the guy whereas when I was at work I was thinking about hate and for you so it's a good discussion and so when it comes to like working together I'm kind of very happy to let them on that they will like social media and really like numbers so anything massive projects in the back before it. Probably not going to volunteer to do those things, they probably will pack it up. But when it comes to like social projects, and needs assessments and things that I can pick up with things that can become. So it's been like it has been like together, I think, because it's good. It's really good to understand what the other mentors working in the team are like experts on, and then know where like you get the gaps and what fits like and do that value. And so how do you work with like yes, well, I've been really looking for me last year. I think it's exactly what you said, it's like having that awareness of the strengths like of your counterparts. So maybe obviously she's involved in a new scheme and a really fantastic project wise. There's this incredible local project knowledge that I don't have that same technical knowledge. So it was like kind of provided for my team last year. And it just helps so much knowing that you've got that additional expertise you can leverage. Because at the end of it, you don't know, like, you know, the fire expertise and like what we've developed since. So it's so good to have like another person with that complementary knowledge that you can draw on as a group. Sometimes, like, in some projects, like, people overlap and like you lose their perspective on things, even though like they're not in a relationship. That actually is more harm in that, and that can really help with
Sorry to cut this short, we're running out of time. I'll let you know. Can you wrap up? Can you wrap up now? Is that right? Yeah, maybe question. Maybe a couple of questions. Like one or two.
Have you ever had a situation where you and or your mentors or have a skill you would react and if yes, how?
Yeah, we have. Sometimes when we like, when it's really specific, beneficially related questions, and I guess then where you don't have to figure out you don't have to know what you guys to get to. So I know that one of the things you guys are like, you guys have mentioned that
I've always had faith that in a wider online network, the skills are covered because we all have such wide experiences. So if the mentors of that team don't have the skills, I kind of in blind faith that between those of us in this room and in the wider group that we can find out.
it's also like to have a little bit of time to voice it because there's some things that we should do in the business
distance from people in our Enactus UK. So I think I'd be able to tell you that I feel like a lot of people, but I think we are going to get better at it.
And just to add to that quickly, what we've tried to do this year, I don't know if you noticed with all your questions in your application form, is work out where all your strengths are. So if that situation comes up this year, what we want you to do is email the mentoring team, say we've got a gap in the team with this, can we have someone to help out for a couple of weeks? And we will look through all of your application forms, see who's strong in that, see who said they're willing to put in the time occasionally, and then send you their name. So hopefully we should have that covered because we're now aware of all your strengths. It's a bit creepy, but we are.
Yeah, that was on the not just for fun, because trying to format that was awesome. So yeah, and also we'll be able to share that back to you as well if you want to see it on the form.
You have a situation where I know that you do the opposite price, you don't have money.
Sorry, this used to happen all the time. Fundamentally disagree on just about everything. And so it would be a lot like, focus on numbers, focus on this, focus on that. And I'd be like, just no, that's not what you need to do at all. And we've probably did it for way too long. And then basically what happens is, on the CPI, you have this thing where you can look at all the reports that somebody is filling out for a team. So I like to take what these two and like one report and get my report and was like, oh shit. And I remember when you started up, you were like, why are you giving him that advice? You weren't giving that advice. Why the hell are you giving him that advice? And both of us sitting there and having it out and we just take it and look at it and keep going. And we eventually sat down with people who were in that really project at the time. And it was like, we're going to lay it out. This is what Johnny thinks, this is what I think. What do you guys think? Yeah, it turned out really to go in Johnny's direction. So that was again who done it for me. But yeah, it turned out how to do that. Well, so at that point, I was like, okay, well, this is what this is like the way that you want to move forward. And I don't have to agree with it, so I'm going to take a step back. This is what I can still help you guys with. Yeah, basically.
At some point, they kind of realise that they're getting conflicting advice, and they would say, guys, they're conflicting advice. But sometimes they'll listen to quiet.
I think it's hard for the people to be able to and run and do things that they often say, I don't go there one, but that relationship you need to have. So last year, we did mentoring was 5, and then that didn't really work. So mentoring groups now are the most brilliant. Most of you are actually mentoring groups 2, so you have the 2 years that have the conversation.
The research that we can involve is not even a mentor, and they'll get put to the narrative and get this kind of mentor and put on staff and put it together how people are doing. And so at least I had a lot of my program on the school, but it seems to be at the point where they're like, you really got up to that to get to the first advice, and then that's when I get results again. I get really, yeah, you know about what you're doing. So yeah, it's pretty good.
I think there's a few things that if you're not mentor the team leader and mentor the project leader, then both of them will fit their skill set. So the team leader is good in structure and manage to bring the project. So there's a lot of it into that. And that's what we look at. It's good to come to this. Do the mentor you need to have. And we look at the team leader, which the mentor in head, who's going to look at the past, what we're doing on, and then what to get to know. Is that what you can do? And it really is your journey, your students, your team. You can do all of that well when you get out there. Really then, like we're here to support you, but you're only going to give yourself these habits. I now feel a lot more comfortable with my flag so this is, we're just going to bring through it just because Mike has just arrived at the back. Mike has exhausted. And then this is the reason that we've got partners today. Obviously, we've got a lot from Enactus UK. So you can find stand up. Have a little look at you. Little Glenn. Rachel. And Caroline is arriving late. I'm sure. This is the overview for the day. You can see what we're going through. So I started here, so we're trying to wrap that up so we can get that on time. We normally do as we can. And then we'll move it and figure it out. We've got that in everything we can have as part of our time to spend a couple of minutes of today, maybe not now, but today, sort of reflecting on who those mentors are, what sort of skills and attitudes we've got, why are they so great, and things like that. We want to be a seminar or a brand or a combination of all of them, or even someone else who's met in the team. So we've got expectations for the CPR. We're going to skip the CPR. Alex, are you?
That was my one job.
Yeah, come on, Mike.
Yeah.
What's the TR?
Yeah, Mike, it's now. Can you?
On the next slide. Please, come on. Mike's going to show you a quick demo of the new mentors and the whole mentor system now.
Do we have internet?
Yeah.
That would be useful. So how many people are brand new? So how many of you have used GPR actively before or just during pandemic? Yeah. So people who are new and who are please come to use TPR. So TPR, for those who don't know, stands for Team Progress Report. So yeah, this is very disconcerting. But yeah, this is
You have to
progress report.
mirror the screen.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to talk about my photo outside that. So.
There we are. So yeah, so it's been changed up recently. So Will Churchill is the creator of this. Basically, it's now version 4. You can do some fancy things because basically all the accounting classes people were reducing the amount that they were doing on TPR because there was so much you could do, which simplified it, including one handy other thing, which you can actually submit a TPR by just forwarding an email to TPR.enactus.uk. Okay, so now there's like very little I need to say really. It's fairly self-explanatory.
So the only thing is you'll still need to log in once a month to just put in your hours.
But we're going to do a reminder.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you don't actually want to log in, it's not accurate anymore. You can just use it via your email.
Yeah, so we've got all your email addresses for all new members, and we're going to pass those on to Will. It's on your allocation sheet that you'll get later, but your login is the email address that you'll find it, and then the password will be Grantham, and that's the field. It's on the allocation hand after your page, and when you change that, or go to your and then log in. And then you'll see this now, we have designed especially for you.
Yeah, but I just say my password like when they still work in So I just think save password, it just moves you up to the next page. That was that one. But yeah, so basically the long and short of it is put in the amount of hours you've been working with your team. And this is really important. So as Fran actually alluded to earlier, so that when you've got multiple people in your like sort of supporting the team, you can see what each other are actually recommending. For those of you listening before the human contributions, the colours are extreme and fun to encourage use. Oh, sorry.
My name.
So this is the important button. Subject TBRs. You can also view other people's TBRs and mentor this, your stats, other people's stats.
So this is where you'll be able to search everyone, and like everyone will be able to, when you log in, you can edit your profile and add in all the skills that you have. You can add in where you work if you want to be contacted by other people, etc. So
And down here you can contact the people as well.
yeah.
You can do like,
So click on World Profile, for example, so you have grab the search function.
there we are.
Get rid of
Yeah,
it.
lots of
So yeah, long short of it, please do actually use it. Like seriously, we'll send out email reminders, we'll send out general reminders, basic reminders in general, and we'll also be using this to work out like when we call you, when Hannah Evelyn is calling you, when Karen calls for you. Should we check it up that you're putting in your CPR? The guys in the back, the Enactus UK alumni staff, as program managers, as the ex-program manager, that having good CPRs is one of the most useful things you can have. And so please, as an alumni and mentor, genuinely see it as a responsibility to put in CPR. This is not just a nice thing to have, but this is a fundamental thing so that the UK program staff can know what a nurse is saying. As Brandon alluded to earlier, sometimes it can be different, so you also like check out each other, and your staff can also check if you're doing well and stuff. In terms of how you actually fill it out, it's pretty self-explanatory, but we'll quickly look through. CPR with yeah, so anything much. Hopefully that's so your team, you know, so will actually be it. But it could have been that you manually had around the cycle one student on one particular project. You can do that as well. So you can say, okay, well, it was at 5 hours. Well, now it's in. And it was just one thing. So close to really up here. You literally just throw in your scores. How did the meeting go? I can't remember what happened.
Target, are they hitting their target?
Are they in their target?
So how is the meeting overall? Are they hitting their target? How are the products doing?
Yeah.
You don't have to select them, you can select any, so you can talk about them.
Then you just click what you're going to discuss and then click summary.
Probably more deployment.
Encouragement, this is just for example, warning flag, this is very helpful, genuinely to just kind of go, and as is UK, don't worry about everything else, like this is something you really, really want to know. Whoa. Any highlights and nice things, any useful things that you need to point out? Meeting description, so the meeting summary is kind of like a quick headline, meeting description is to go into more detail.
I have not practiced this.
Then basically, yeah, who you actually talk to, support required, training requested, if there is anything. So you don't need to fit in all of these, but you can fit in. So maybe they said, I need some extra support on this, or I need to train on this. Then the other alumni, the other program staff, can make something. See this? What you've got up?
Oh, well, I've got submit.
I don't know, I should finish. If there was any other comments, and then submit. Nice and easy. Please wait a minute. You're just about to submit the team leader. Lady's going to have a heart attack. He wasn't listening to any of this. Yes. So from that.
And then you can see the stats.
Yeah.
Which will show you what they're doing, how many times they've got, who's got and what. So you can see some of the value of the time that you're putting in and the collective change that we're all making. Ryan's obviously been doing really great this month. Knocking out 3 hours.
3 hours. So this is the statistics aren't backdated anymore. So this is like, as you can tell, the summaries from now. So we'll actually know all the numbers from like the start of the metric. It'll be good to see them grow from now. So back to where we were meant to be. Sorry.
I used to burst my bubble earlier on, I've now forgotten. You can now, if you go to the link is
Please prepare.
quicktpr.enactusukalumni.org. We will be sending that around. But yeah, basically there's a quick break. Just say you're literally just about to jump on the tube, or you're just coming back on the train, or whatever it is, you can fill out a quick TPR on your phone. Nice and simple, handy little app that works with those as well. I will show you, but I can't log in. So it's very similar to that, but quicker.
I'm on the app.
You're on the app? Should just make nice.
Oh. You cannot see what I can see.
So yeah, you just go through this on your browser so you can do it. So
And that'll pull up in the app and press.
click, so wander through it, so click space. So how many hours? Scroll down. Reading score. Awesome. In a few seconds, this is such big text. Done. Okay? So that's your quick TPR. That's literally just you kind of go, done. That's the text. Yeah, so that will then mean that it will go onto your TPR, and then you'll be able to sort of fill it in later as a full TPR, which is obviously more detailed and better, but sort of the program manager can then know that you've gone and visited, that they can see it immediately. It doesn't have to have the lag with you kind of going, oh, you need to get around to doing the full TPR, you can just do it quickly.
So then the red flag won't be there.
Yeah, we
We'll
will
look at
tell them who.
That's more important.
This literally Scott made live this morning, so if you guys have any feedback, please let us know.
Yeah, like
It's a work in progress, so if you're finding that things not working,
How do the existing mentors feel about that? Does it feel better? Does it feel more like you're going to filling in? Especially kind of told you about it.
Yeah.
we're talking not just about that. I personally think the email, being able to see the email in, to the program manager and the other mentors can be very helpful.
Yeah.
That's how, because you were saying earlier about, making sure that you're not saying different things to the team. And one thing is I used to work with Rachel a lot as a program manager, and Johnny, for example, we mentored a lot of different teams together, and we just had constant threads going, so to be able to see something in that is a lot easier.
Yeah. Any questions?
When you CC this email to the TPR, what is it that? How does it format?
It does it all automatically. So we'll also so that it basically pops up just on the TPR with like the description. And then, so it's not quite as like a perfectly crafted TPR, but it's basically sort of saying this is a mission channel.
So your description is going down and you put in add your hours and then your score. And when you log on, you don't have to type anything at all.
It's like you just sort of throwing it up on the wall and then coming back to it later. And then it goes into the detail. Anything else? Cool.
Good. So then we have the panel. And now, incidentally, we're back exactly on schedule. It is now 11:10, and we are ready to introduce Enactus UK. Please come up.
Yeah.
Take it away, Dan.
I'm going to stand back here. Okay, so we've only got half an hour, we're going to cover as much as possible today, but if you've got any questions, do come up and chat to us about here as well. So, very briefly, I'm not going to go into depth on this because most of you have just come out. The programme, I would hope you would know this back to front for the existing ones, but this was new last year with the introduction of the liveness model. So please do make sure that you have a good understanding of the criteria. You're not buying into a lot of our teams actually need help with their projects, so this will really help you guys help them. And we do have an online video resource that goes over the criteria, so if you need a refresher, please do look at that and watch that. Something else to make you aware of is we also had a new judging sheet this year. And I know that there was some of them might be using the old judging sheet when they're working with teams, so please do make sure you're using the right one. A lot of teams we want support and advice on this when it does come down to competition time, and we do have a training that breaks down all the areas as well, so that is a benefit to you. But this is what I just want to focus on with you today, the impact definitions. We want you to have a really good understanding of this so that you're coming from the same page as us when we're doing these teams. And if they come to us and say they have somebody so they haven't, we want you to come to the same message to them as well. So empowerment is the highest form, that's what every team should be striving towards. But we've actually added some little information into it this year. So actually, when they've really empowered someone, they've actually truly changed their lives. So a beneficiary is empowered when they take the knowledge and the skills they learned during the project and implement the knowledge and the skills in their lives independently. And we've also added on that this should create a life-changing impact and also be and make a long-term difference to beneficiaries' livelihoods. So it used to be that if teams kind of said that they've got a beneficiary work experience for 2 weeks, they became empowerment. And we actually don't see that as empowerment now because it's very short term and it's not actually meeting long-term desired outcomes of people that they are working with. Does that make sense?
Is there a time frame?
No.
Because in like, so, so they use the skills independently.
Yeah.
Is
I mean,
that,
for the long term.
yeah, what defines life changing? No, I know, but
I think that's
we should
really
be encouraging.
to be able to demonstrate that for
What we should be encouraging teams.
you should be encouraging teams to you know, if they taught someone some sewing skills, like could you turn on and say that was life changing? No, and we have to try to do that this year. And it wouldn't necessarily be the case, so it's like actually like have you given them an income, have you given them a we can come up with a criteria if you want.
Yeah, if they've had an income for like a month.
So I guess it's where they started to where they desired outcomes. So the instance with this one, obviously if it was like, I mean, Glenn has to, for example, to work on mental illness, and for them actually a job isn't the ultimate kind of, you know, that's not what they're reaching for. So in this situation, it's creates a life-changing impact on long-term difference in people's lives, or if you can prove that you need the desired outcomes of the individual. So if you're working with people with mental illness and the job isn't, you know, isn't kind of where they're projected, if work experience for that and voice their desired outcome, that's also projected. That's you just need to prove that they get the desired outcomes of the individuals that they're working with.
Or in that example, it was the case of the beneficiaries were in quite a lot of drug use and things like that. They've gotten to a stage where they were out of that and be able to get a stable accommodation. It wouldn't necessarily need to be employment related or work experience related.
Those long-term. if you've got a job and you're working for 1 month,
yeah,
a team could claim that that's empowerment because they've achieved their desired outcome. But whether you can claim that's life changing could only be after if they stay in that job for a year.
This is not going to depend on what that job can do in the future. Because that job member can go, their job will set their own company.
But is it life changing?
We're going to allow teams like argue their own case, and like you guys can do that as well. But to give an example of what people were trying to say like previously, so we have like that, for example, they short beneficial capital CV, and they can do that now independently of everything else, and keep that TV, and keep you have to do that. I don't care if you have TV, I care that you've got something off the back of that, and previously the definitions would allow for that exposure, and then you reach the desired outcome. So it's the long lasting adaptations that can hopefully increase the quality of the impact that we're seeing come out of the program and actually challenge them to create a real sustainable long-term solution rather than kind of total impact that we see come through.
and there's really measurement of that needs there, not necessarily about it. If they got a job for a month and then they were kind of back in their normal situation, that's obviously not long term for them. If they got a job for a month, but that allowed them to then move on and go into a stable, you know, or stable job for a year or whatever, that's a bit that's long term for them. Does that make sense? I think like we always have to argue the case with this, and I think we're still going to have that. But we want to push teams to strive for that ultimate true empowerment rather than just we talk with someone with skills. Because if you just got really top it at that, I could give you skills and go away to it and then you're empowered and that actually doing it to make it life changing impact your life, or it's helps you out long term too. So it's about the impact measurement that you do for individuals, and also not just their short term goals, trying to have them with their long term design outcomes as well. We can come up with some examples of that with you. We'll kind of bring up ones that we use this year to show this out. So the next level down from that is direct impact. So it's kind of the same as what it's been this year, But instead of just being like, right, I've done a workshop with you and now you're directly impacted, you have to go away and actually demonstrate that you can utilise the skills from the talk. So it's about the team again, improving their impact measurement of that, and being able to prove that they kind of gone away and utilised the skills from the talk, not just sit inside a workshop and given them. That's the difference in that one. Indirect impact, again, that's stayed the same as it's always been. So it's kind of indirect impact, the number of individuals who have gained knowledge or skills as a result of your work, but you haven't worked directly with them. So if you were kind of consulting a business and you go back and learn some skills and they pass it on to their employees, that would be your indirect impact. But again, this purpose bit here is you must be able to measure for that. So you can't just say, oh, well, you passed the knowledge on and that's 500 people. You need to be able to measure that. What skills did they gain and what impact is there on these individuals? And then the lives improved. It's a number of people who've been benefited from the project that have no knowledge and skills transfer. So kind of in a generic, water project, it's like the people that have or using and cleaning water now. So no skills and knowledge, but it's made improvement to their life. Is that clear? We'll work on that empowerment.
It's easy to credit for all four different types of impact, but then different. So it's important to categorise them correctly.
Yeah, very much important to categorise them correctly, but also empowerment is the highest form of impact. So judges are told that actually should go on empowerment, like as in that's the strongest form of impact. So if the team had 5 people empowered, but 20 people directly impacted, it would be empowerment is stronger.
Do the teams have an understanding of how they should be measuring the different types of impact?
I think impact measurement is something in network we need to get better at, and that's something that we're looking to kind of bring in to help in and bring experts from the sector to try and help us as an organisation, but also to measure the impact a lot better as well. So we're trying to bring it together.
And then other people that told us on the last thing on the
Yeah. No team's doing it amazing, and I think that's the biggest problem we need to kind of address. If anyone's got any advice on that, or no, anyone actually. Yeah, that would be really good. Okay, so that's kind of just a little bit of question.
I'm just really going to quickly explain the project model to you. This is a new tool that we've created this year to kind of help both our teams and you guys kind of understand where in kind of project cycle your students are as they're developing their projects. Really obvious stuff that you would understand anyway, but I would just focus on the project part just to really go through it quickly. So we see 7 stages to the kind of project cycle. So first thing being kind of preparation, all the students need to understand the criteria and then also understand what an active project is. Kind of really kind of baseline things that need to be in place before we start generating ideas, which is stage 2. So understanding where they're going to be in the incident area, who they need to help, and who they're equipped to help, and then generating their ideas. The base environment, so it's the things that need to be constant throughout the course of the project. So the project partner, the needs and wants assessment, and that impact measurement. So teams should be kind of considering that throughout the course of the project and really just like a first draft and just one on the way along. Then we want teams to really develop their own think tank, so they're really implementing their own ideas, testing their project hypotheses, and just making sure what they're doing is actually viable and is actually going to create that kind of impact that we're encouraging them to strive for. So that's their think tank, and then kind of making sure people students do have their project owners like you guys be familiar with in terms of consulting their support network. The most important thing I want to stress you today is section 5, the 3 types of an active project that we identified for the first time. And Ben's going to touch on it in a moment, but I know there's kind of often conversations about whether an active is a student doing its own program or kind of about social impact. I'm telling you today that we are a student leadership learning program, but it is through the community projects that our students run that they're trying to develop those skills. So we have to allow students, and it has been asked over the course of the year, we have to allow students to run what we call strategy projects, and kind of those low impact projects or no impact projects that do develop members that do enable them to recruit people and kind of build up their skill set. So kind of to make generalizations, but often to do like your schools projects or consultancy projects. We have some teams run kind of just volunteer programs that are an active project, but we are not going to look to kind of eradicate those from the active program because they're part of our student leadership development, and kind of one of our strategic objectives is to kind of increase student numbers. So to eradicate those projects, I kind of get to impact of that. So strategy projects is a project that is about developing members, has no economic and social impact, but we will keep in the program. going to be a document release and you can say around about this. So your community projects, I guess the majority of Enactus projects we fall in that category. These projects can reach kind of empowerment, they do the potential to do really well. They're typically work with kind of a larger group of beneficiaries, maybe running a kind of mentoring program, so something like Hope or Wise and Reads, or kind of the typical Enactus project will fit into that category. They're great, they're kind of a solid base for Enactus teams. And then finally, on the third step, which we've seen more of these projects come up with programs for social enterprise, which I'm sure that they understand, and we kind of are really identifying and encouraging people to have a balanced project portfolio. So if your team has all strategy projects, and make them aware of that and say, okay, how are you guys going to kind of develop and make sure you have a community project? And we can see later that there's plenty of examples and 3, 4, 6 programs of strategy projects that have become community projects and are now at point of becoming social enterprises. So see it as kind of part of the evolution of the project portfolio. But I just want to really make it clear that there are 3 types of active projects and it's okay to have one project. Any questions about that? And then after kind of once you identify which kind of project you've created, the implementation phase of the rest. Oh yeah, so that's the point. Strategy projects, we're going to try and eradicate those being presented at massive. So whether we can do that in the next Enactus year, you can see. But it would be really great if we kind of encourage students to think that, you know, our consultancy project or our schools project isn't going to be our kind of strategy project for the Enactus competition. Just to make a point that consultancy projects could be classed as a community project if they're truly empowering an individual, but often teaching consult like a general business or more kind of just kind of transfer, not empowering. If the consultancy project is empowering, then you can certainly class it.
What if that's all they've got? They can be automatically go through to review and you can't actually make it.
No, it's not that we would say, oh, you only present a strategy project, we won't let you do it. It's just setting the expectations now at the beginning of the active year, at the beginning of summer, maybe kind of instead of feeling with the students that we have nothing. So let's get them working over summer to challenge them. And I think all these changes that we're bringing in, change the impact definitions, the categorisation of projects, is just to make students aware, not to say you can't do it, but make them aware of kind of the full scope. So I've had students see that, you know, they've got a community project into a strategy project. Oh, I'm not doing social impact. They're probably not at a position where they can, but it's not going to have that long-term vision.
Okay, so just looking at a lot of you have asked for the strategy for Enactus UK in the next 2-3 years. I can tell you that we are formalising the 2020 strategy, which will be Essentially Guys. That's currently with Andy Baker, who's been doing that kind of stuff. And that will be Essentially Guys feedback, and we want to encompass everyone within that, all of our stakeholders to be able to really finalise that. But essentially it all comes down to that. It's all about investing in students. We always talk about how we're investing in projects and how much we love the social impact. But it's not actually about that, it's about investing in students, and it's through investing in students and developing them and improving them and supporting what they want to do, from both from us, but also from you guys as mentors. That's how we achieve the social impact, which is the other side of our strategy. But essentially, we want to be the leading student leadership program in the entrepreneurship and social enterprise space. It's been done in quite a few countries now where there's not a lot of competition, but in Enactus UK we do have some competition there, so we really need to drive it forward. Another kind of things we're looking at is like the top 2 Enactus worldwide programs as well. You can come out right. Yeah, but we're in the top 5 at the moment, so we're still, we're catching up, we're nearly there. The largest UK higher education network. You can head about Canada. USA. Let's not go through that. You might start questioning it. Huh? It encompasses lots of things, so sustainability of the programme, we have our country index, which encompasses a lot of different things. Right, and to also be publicly known for student leadership development, the alumni network. The alumni network, yeah. Also recognise all our social impacts. So the way we're going to do that is through a number of different strategic goals that we have for 2016. And this is all about improving programme quality and the impact that we're having. And and that will lead to the Enactus World Cup, where we can really get the brand out there. So some of you may know we are hosting the Enactus World Cup in 2017 in London. So that will be a big builder for us, where we can really get out the brand and really grow as an organisation. But now moving on to the strategic goals that we're looking at. Luckily the format didn't change, or I won't cry. We're looking at sort of 4 key areas: social impact of projects, quality of competition, student leadership development, and team sustainability. We do team sustainability last and focus on social impact of projects. Essentially the blue bit, that's where we're at, that's the base, and the green bit is where we want to be by National 2016. And these are direct impact and empowerment. Now, currently, direct impact 2019s are actually achieving direct impact. Now, this isn't a new definition. So this is why we've changed it, because it was something like 75%, 85% were achieving direct impact. But they're never going to go higher than that, or achieve better things, because they know they're getting direct impact. So they don't really care about going to the next level. So by changing it, it makes it harder, but it makes us push ourselves to be a better program. So essentially this year we want to bump that up to 37 teams, and same for empowered. It's reduced. We've had something like 30 teams paying empowerment this year, but on the new definition it's about 12 teams who reach empowerment. So then we want to increase that to 19 each year. So essentially that's how you guys can come in about really pushing these impact definitions, making sure that we push the projects to go to that next level, and not just think that we can get away with doing 5 workshops on CVs just before national competition. Because it doesn't have that sustainable impact. Going on to quality of competition, essentially 80% of teams this year have that direct impact. This year, in the old definition, 100% of teams have that direct impact. That was great. But now that we changed that definition, we want to get it to 100% of teams competing competition have that direct impact again. And then also increase the quality of semi-final round through better solutions, and 8 teams that are final round quality. So this year we had 6 teams that were that really truly life-changing impact, but we want to bring that up to about 8 teams. Going on to student leadership development, I think this is a key area where you can,
I think we have 62% direct impact there, but 100%.
That's teams overall, so that's attending competition. Does that make sense to everyone so far? Because I'm just going through it. Student leadership development, this is another area that we want to improve. This is going to be based around on-campus training. So this isn't just like us coming along to deliver 1 or 2 sessions that we do every time we visit and try to do, but it's actually to have development days with students so we can reach the wider student pool. And by doing that, that increases the sustainability of the team, it develops members, and it really bolsters the team up. Currently, only 45% of teams do their own training events. So we really want to support you guys in going on to campus and influencing them to hold a training day. So you guys can all work on a training day with them and have 4 hours of training, obviously invite us along and other alumni mentors, and really get that development going on campus. And same for employability events, what we've noticed is a lot of people in Enactus, they have the skills, but they can't necessarily sell themselves into employment. So that's one thing we need to change, not just for, to improve our students' lives and well-being by providing them that opportunity, but also our sponsors. We really need to give our sponsors the opportunity to employ these people, but currently that they're saying that they don't sell, and that's just very well on their CVs and their applications and their interviews. So that's essentially it. So going up from 45% of teams currently doing on-campus training to 70% of teams, that's quite a big jump, and employability 22% to 50% of teams doing employability. Now this can also be done not just over 1 day, but it could just be that they have regular training every month or something like that. But currently a lot of teams just don't do any training on campus. And moving on to team sustainability. Now we focus the main KPI on this as student numbers, but we're not thinking of student numbers as teams who have 60, 80 plus members. We're not worried about them. What we're worried about is the fact of 30 to 40% of teams have numbers which are below 25, and that's just completely unsustainable. We need those teams to get up to that 40 to 50 mark where they have enough members to take on the team next year. So that's why that's the focus, and why the strategic goals are coming in there. So 25 teams to have over 50 members, 50 teams who have over 25 members, just to ensure that sustainability for the future. And then the next thing is the team index, which I'm going to talk about here. And this is all about, team index is all about the infrastructure that a team has. So essentially, if you're,
So going back to what you last said about the number of students that are in each team,
Yeah.
I'm wondering, shouldn't the year those students are matter as well? Because you could have 500 members, but if they're all very good, they're only on the
Definitely, and that's what comes into the team index as well. We have sustainability initiatives within that to ensure that there's no more than 40% of the team graduating. So team index, there's lots of different things, and this will be shared with you today. You can always ask one of us, and we can go through it in more detail. Program managers will be sharing this with you as well through email. But essentially, the team index is there, so it's kind of like a point system for teams. So there's lots of different areas which you can look at. So I'll get it up, for example. So these are down here are all the different points that you can meet, and there's different sections. The main two sections are support network and team. And under that, there's university advisors, members, sustainability, etc. And then on the different points, it's basically a yes or no questionnaire. Are you supported by a UA? 1, then you are. And then on this one here, your UA plays a key role, not going to say all. And then it says 0, so it means that you haven't met that tick box. That basically all can be summarised on here. So there's different areas and sections, and it creates a percentage. And it's the overall percentage that we're looking at and measuring teams on, which is back at the KPIs when we're saying that on here. So 55 teams that are over 55% on the team index and things like that. So that's what we're really trying to achieve. Yeah.
So the team index, just to make clear, doesn't include any information about projects. It's just about the kind of sustainability and infrastructure. And actually, this is kind of a new initiative this year, and it's been really interesting to see teams that we wouldn't necessarily kind of classify as teams that every kind of gets this one around, rank really highly in the team index, which then means they've kind of got everything they need, they've got the business through, and then they just can't be really challenging this country. So really do use such a tool because it's been really surprising, I think, last time.
Do we get access to that?
You get access to your own individual team, but you don't get access to what it all looks like. You can't cut in more structure.
In terms of kind of what actually that's quite a lot of diversity. There's some people that have checklists, but us stuff that we can do. So for example, like ensure that community runs at least UK university there, like always have checklists to help you guys reach those goals.
We have a document which has all the targets of what we're trying to achieve based on team index, whether that team is capable of meeting, being able to do a leadership event and things like that. That will be shared with you as well. That's fine. So
are these not weighted? Are they all equally as important?
It's equal points. Yeah, but some sections have more. So sustainability has 10 points. Things like that. Okay. And just to go in a bit more detail with it. So essentially, some of the teams who are at like the higher level, they don't necessarily have the right projects. So we know that team needs extreme project support. But there's some teams that are trying to create really great projects, but they can't implement them because they haven't got the infrastructure there. So this is to identify, these teams need to increase their infrastructure before they can get really good projects. Or let's stop worrying about that team's infrastructure because they've got it. Let's focus on building their project. So it just creates a bit of a system constantly there. Currently, there's different levels of it. So 85% plus, that's where the top teams are. There's about 4 in that section. And then we've got emerging, so these are teams that we really want to push in terms of projects, which is between 75% and 85%. And then, to show how easy it is to get to that level, not necessarily how easy, but St Andrews is already in that bracket. So after 1 year, they've really worked on their infrastructure, they're now at that level. Sorry, I like using that example. And then the mid-level is 65 to 75%, so we just need to bolster them up a bit, also support the projects. But the really interesting thing is that 35% of the programme is currently below 55%, and these are teams that are at risk, that are always restarting and things like that. So it's that focus of, we really need to build that infrastructure if we're actually going to be a sustainable team. And that basically summarizes that there.
Teams that are constantly restarting
So the ones in sort of the mid-emerging and top, those are teams that have been running quite successfully for a couple of years, all those ones that have taken a big jump. And then the at-risk teams are the ones which we constantly keep restarting for the past 2-3 years. So it really does align with what we need to do. Yeah, another thing that we've implemented is that obviously we have a new program manager. This is the team split, so you can just have a little look. This is to help us achieve what we're trying to do in our vision, but also provide more direct support to teams. So we've got less teams. but we're also taking on additional areas which links to the programme. My area is not necessarily so much linked to the programme, but it is in a way. But it's kind of website development, but also the charities guide and how we're going to utilise our new charity status to gain some more funds. Essentially, the idea is that these new funds will go into directly support teams and not go straight into the programme budget, but will go into actually the team budget. Caroline, do you want to shout, say hello, do your little area?
So my area is training resources. It's quite big and kind of feel like but working to create resources that can be shared between all the teams and looking at kind of increasing the quality of all the training.
Okay, I'll do it. So I'm doing events this year, and that kind of breaks down to all the events that we do, but also taking an action plan out to the sector and kind of do events that are in the sector. So again, if anyone knows anything, you can reach out and that, please do let me know. And also please hear any feedback on training that you think needs to improve in events as well. So yeah, and potential like social enterprise conference, which you might be doing, so we're looking to really grow our as well.
Which is my section, so I'm overseeing social innovation. So kind of aligning the program more in the social sector, becoming more things to create kind of real world projects that understand up in that kind of space, and also kind of bringing those social sector experts into our training and into our network, so that we can kind of drive them products forward to reach that kind of high field of working in social. Thank you, Andrew.
Andrew's our boss, and Rosie's our partner.
Yeah, probably a point of attention is obviously how long can you most of you know Becca's kind of really nice at the end of the month. We also have ads who's really mental staff and who's kind of taking that admin role, which is kind of corporate relations executive and overseeing relations with our sponsor companies. And then Rosie also sit on our operations and overseeing and working with admin on that side of things, and then Andrew Waters doing operations.
So Rosie and Alpha very much, existing relationships and building new relationships and kind of sponsors and making sure that they're happy. And is looking at gaining new sponsorship, but also overseeing the infrastructure of the organisation, which is why these are going to take away.
And also obviously with the World Cup is not supposed to be
Okay, a couple of interns.
well, that's pretty much all
Yeah,
I'm
just
saying.
get a couple of interns to do some extra support with World Cup, but also some extra stuff in terms of marketing. So I'll find out there a little bit.
I know somebody that wants a great super internship scheme. They find some great
Oh, there you go.
Are there any questions about anything and actually kind of like it?
Thanks so much. If you have any feedback on any of that, please let us know. Just come and speak to us. Anything about the strategy or our areas that you can support us with, that'd be great. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Just to build on that, a lot of you, when you apply to events, will be actually what you wanted out of training, and having that kind of relationship with Enactus UK and some what they were doing was going to quite a lot. So we wanted to let you have an opportunity to hear what they're doing, but also I think we're really wanting to work closely together this year to really make a difference to teams. So the index, I think, is a tool that's been around for a little while, but we really wanted to push it out to mentors so you guys can see where teams are at in the key areas. So that's what we're going to be doing later on this afternoon. We have 10 minutes for a break now. So there's food and snacks at the back, toilets are here and over there, I think. Just before you do that, there is Wi-Fi, so it's on your passes at the bottom. And if you want to tweet, our hashtag is alumni mentors. Enactus mentors, I think. Hashtag Enactus mentors. Cool, we'll be back in 10. So. Shut up. I was like, Yeah, I know. It's a cool space. You haven't.
Hannah, what was the print? So I printed 5 copies of the agenda. Anything else?
Thank you. No worries. Oh, did I say I would say no? I said one.
Last year.
Just give it all away. Just have to.
can't transfer. Amazing advice. Because remote relationships is hard.
No rush. That's right. We are. Guys, now. We're playing. Allocated fun time is at the end. Right, so the next session is what we branded as the most exciting session, which is mentor allocation. So we took all your applications and reviewed all your skills matrices and your preferences and then matched them against a skills matrix that the team pulled in, which was very methodical this year, and then matched them and then said, oh, this person wants to do this and this team needs that, bang, and or this person wants to really work in this area, therefore we should give them one of these teams, which these teams is best, bang. I say that, it took about 4 days to do applications, back and forth, So we have put a lot of thought into allocations, and we do hope that you're all happy with it. The way that we're dividing it up this year is amongst tiers. So as Enactus UK explained on the team index, based on where a team sits on the team index, there are 5 tiers technically. There's top tier, which is top teams, super sustainable, incredible projects, lots of structures, still need support for top tier, different challenges. Then we've got emerging teams, which have got a lot of structure in place, got a lot of processes, they've got a lot of members, they've got some really good ideas. They have the potential to by 2017 be top tier teams. Then you've got middle, which is sort of middle of the pack, sort of good structures, maybe hit and miss with projects and or great projects, maybe hit and miss with structures. So to get them into emerging, you have to sort of have one of their 2 problems. Then you've got low, which is maybe a bit of structure, maybe a decent project, but not really hitting that middle level. And then you've got restarting / rookie, which is new teams joining the programme and teams that look like new teams joining the programme in spite of how long they've been running. And we do put this all on the team index, so it's not just sort of like, oh, this team is crap, that team, I don't like them, I don't like travelling to there. It's all done on the index, and then we just cut them off and say these are your teams. And what we sort of identified was that when you're mentoring, there's obviously 17 mentors in the programme this year. Obviously, not all of them are here. But even for the 30 or so of you to collaborate individually, you're all on different journeys, your teams are on different journeys. It'd be really difficult for you to manage that, and figure that out. So we thought by grouping you into tiers of mentors, that you'll be with other mentors that are going on the exact same journey, because their team has got more or less the exact same challenges. So in allocations, what we've done is we've given you the team that you're mentoring, the tier that they're in, and their 3 challenges that come down. So some people have 2 teams, so I'm going to share the tier list. Some existing mentors or new mentors might be like, oh, why am I in the low tier? So it might be that you've got 1 team in the low tier and 1 team in top tier, and we think you'd be most valuable to strategize in low tier. So we have also put thought into what tier you'll be working in. Today, once I reveal the tiers, the tables are Bethany sat at emerging, Bethan sat at restarting, Margaret is sat at low, this way. Yeah. Middle, and your allocations are on those tables with your names on. Don't all rush at once. I'm going to reveal the tiers. Are you ready to go or not? So your allocations are on these tables. So these people go to emerging, these people go to middle, these people go to low, these people go to restarting. Your allocations are on the table with your name on. Flip them open, see your teams, see your challenges, sit down at that table. On you go. Forward march. Right, sit down. Sit at your tables. Move that back. Is there anyone who doesn't have their allocation?
This is risky.
Right, are you all ready? Everybody got their allocations, everybody sat in the right place. So I do try and get a cat picture into all of my presentations, and I have managed it with this one. This is a cat. Guys, what we want you to do is in your tier group, find out 3 things that you've got in common. There has to be 3 things that all of you have got in common, and it can't be an actor. So first, introduce yourself, where you're from, and then try and find out the 3 things in common. You've got 10 minutes.
What do you need?
You do that thing where you're playing and you're playing, you just stand up. So
different breakout groups now. on. So yeah, it's good that we've made it. I think the next session is we're splitting into two. So there's a couple of different options. Yeah. So the different options are go and see Johnny, who just left the room, and talk about how to build. Yeah, so it's your question now. So your options kind of go and see Johnny and talk about how to build relationships. That was something that really came out of the feedback. And then the other session is going to be with me and Leanne, and it's basically your thoughts and feed into what you want from mentoring this year. Not personally, but what you want from like the mentoring team and the program. So if you want to do that, we'll sit at the front on the piece. And if you want to see Johnny, go and see him and he'll find him.
And you might have noticed that the agenda had 4 products on, but because numbers were so low, we started 1 session at a full. So live mentoring, we have cut. So if anyone wants to practice, we can send the materials and you can practice in pairs or in small groups. And then the initial thoughts and fears panel, we're going to put that into the end, question and answer, where you can break up into small groups with us so that you can collect all the initial thoughts and fears rather than shooting it at a panel. So you've got 2 options.
So you're going to that way as yeah, it's going to be quite chill.
We're not anonymous, and you wouldn't have any easy kids corner.
Everybody got to show their
Say please.
Trying to kill it.
So you meant to lean forward?
I go for side but put more weight on one.
It's coming from flats, yeah.
Right, guys, so has everybody got 3 post-it notes and a biro? So This session sort of came out with what to do with the experienced mentors, when people are, so a lot of the new mentors are like, I want to know how to work with a team, I want to know how to build a relationship, I want to work with experience, like, you need to get them what they need, but you guys have been to that session probably 3 or 4 times, so you don't need to go to that. So we're like, what can we do for the experienced mentors, how can we get the most out of them? And we are a very agile team. This year, the team of 5 of us, we are agile, open. So we want to say, I do like that was real life. So we often ask the experienced mentors what they want from mentoring and the mentoring team, and normally everybody's got a different opinion, everybody's got loads of ideas, and we're like, yeah, we'll come up with that. And a lot of it never gets done, and some of it gets pushed on to the next year, and the next year, and the next year. So what we wanted to do today was do like a proper facilitation and try and get your guys' ideas out, and then theme them and work out how we're going to do it. So your first task is to write down 3 things that you want from us. As the mentoring team, 3 things that you think will help you with your team. 1 on each post-it note. So we're going to put them up, theme them, and then you'll get 2 votes each. Vote on the ideas that you like the most. We'll write the ideas, and the top 5 ideas. We'll work out how we're going to do it, what we need, if we need to bring in some more people, and how that's going to work. Does that all sound alright? Good. Good.
Things that you would like from the mentoring team to help you get better. What's your and the mentoring program? It doesn't have to be that will help you do that mentor. Personal How are we doing with your ideas? Have you written one on each one? Oh, sorry. If people don't have 3, that is okay. Less prioritization.
You have more.
One more minute for your ideas. If you struggle, it's not. We're not going to If you can put your next to your ideas, then we will change them. If you've got any ideas, you can come and put them up. Or just pass them around and I'll pass them, I'll read them and then put them up. I'll try and do them. So the first ideas are updates about trends, events, etc. in the topics, etc. So put them here for social anyway. More connections between mentors. Issues/focus groups. So do you think that falls into more connections between mentors? Or separate? Opportunities for mentors to volunteer with beneficiaries. I said this is that's good stuff. Mentoring for mentors. So that's more connection between mentors. Happy? Good. Yeah. The more engaged team actually phone calls, etc.
Yeah.
Yeah, so more engagement with teams. We've not got anything on teams. Oh, you've done the mentoring. You don't even meet. You don't even meet. Fine. A way of seeing the links, VAQs that the teams have, if I never hear anything from my team, you want to know what their structures are. So that's more information. Organized progress sessions to see areas overall of the progress. Issue focus?
Yes, it could be a similar.
Standardized processes.
Oh, that's me. I think that's already happening.
Great. You should have. Mentoring pattern more online resources. That's more stuff for you, which is sort of over here. Maybe it's on the top end. It's not near top end, isn't it? It's more stuff that you want. Especially given Enactus UK of where they see their teams from an outsider perspective. That's it's near here, isn't it? So there's not connecting with Enactus UK, or is it? Separate. A go-to list of people you can contact, engage, and you need help. That's more mentors. Peer meetings and to discuss and address something issues and problems with best practice sharing. That's more connections. Or is it organized groups? Yeah, it's organized groups. Mentor away day to centre parts. A mentoring qualification to take away the creditors. A mentor masterclass from outside experts in different industries. Yeah, well done. FAQs for teams and solutions for design for selection authors. Mentoring holidays, even to UK locations. Someone else wants to go to Centre Park. Increase exposure to organisations in all sectors, including investors, to get teams support in all events. I think that might go over here with subhead engagement. That's great. Easier access to knowledge of other mentors and different skills. That issue group, or that engagement. Love and support. Maybe this oversees everything. Like it filters down. I think that goes into okay, no, it wasn't.
Just the way you are.
More time notice mentor events. A tailored training program coaching you through what skills and then possible. That's the way that's education. That yes, where the here. Nice. A forum to share ideas, issues throughout the years. More connection, or is it ideas group? A discussion forum for or ideas group. That's one. Understanding of what are the support for teams, what are the support for teams and
What other support networks are being what they're saying. one that's
That one's
outside of.
we have one, yeah. That's there. Right, so you've got your sort of themes emerging, you've got get your shit together, the team. Update on events, so this is external engagement, like I say, something, resources, connections, ideas groups, more information from teams, beneficiaries, Enactus UK, more mentoring, socials, qualification, and then masterclass. I think masterclass is a right, you've got 2 minutes, 2 votes with your pen. You've got a little back next to the wall.
Do it in a really like.
No, in this room. Yeah, so do you mind quickly headlining? Yeah, there we are.
This is
If everyone voted for that
Make sure they're white or markers before you. Make sure they're not Sharpies, otherwise.
and then we'll because I use the left side of my brain, which is super creative. Very nothing in supportive environment. Yeah.
We're all friends here. Volunteering has 2 E's.
I can't.
I remember the weekend.
It's a sense of part. This way anyway. Oh, it should be narrative.
Right. So we get 2 votes. 2 votes.
Why do we need 2 votes?
Because we're only gonna, we're not gonna have time to talk about all of them.
Yeah.
But it is quite nice to see a lot of things that we are thinking about. You just put them here, like underneath, put your votes here.
Yeah, sections.
No, you're voting for a section. Under the section, yeah. Magali, changing all of them. Well, why just tell me what you want. That's why God, this is why God managed it. This is
Really like how it's really
Does anyone else need to
Yeah, please.
Yeah, you can say anything. There is nothing you can't say. I'm still angry.
I would have done it. My phone was
He was the one who suggested to me.
So you want your everyone's voted. Thank you for people that didn't vote for mentoring to get your shit together. We are trying very hard. So we are on it. So what the winners are accreditation. And accreditation. Are we happy to talk about that? Yeah. Is there any other second runners, resources? You sort of got mine. So should we start with groups and then accreditation or accreditation and groups? Yeah, groups first. It's not one more group. Groups, issues focus groups, organised progress sessions to see overall alumni progress, peer meetings, to discuss and address something issues and problems, best practice sharing, a forum to share ideas, /issues throughout the year, a discussion forum to consider ideas.
So I think that's really
Yeah.
it's almost so they are groups, but they're very like
different.
So one's like,
yes.
Performance. One straight away and one.
yeah,
Performance and program.
Like, as in, are we actually making a difference?
Yeah.
so there's support, but is that performance or is that like small project?
Why not focus?
Issues that are specific issues involved in organized program sessions, to see overall program, forum to share ideas, and a discussion forum to see their ideas. Is this best practice?
I think that is support, and then another one is best practice.
We're having an interesting side point now, performance and progress, and how we can actually do it.
Mental experience. Very branding.
Well, let's focus on groups in a minute. So we've got support and best practice sharing. Now we're going to do ideas on how. So to create relevant support and best practice sharing, what can suggested to that what was suggested to get that outcome. So I think pretty sure they're not already being pre-formulated.
I think that work
We can't read the board anyway. It's okay. We can move it back.
So in your group, you mean the different level of team?
That's what we're trying to get out of today, like what kind of people can work together and we've got some new challenges and like interesting go further out on the day and like carry on like community and run through that.
Any other ways that you'd like to share best practice other than outside of your TS?
I think maybe like find out if there's enough also if you have to use example of the women's network then we really have to push onto that and have to seem to have an active market if like people show up to it, like get flows and stuff like that. The network is probably quite an active market. I would think that the one that comes out of social enterprise, so maybe like social enterprise investors, social enterprise groups, stuff like that.
I'm Right, so then external support groups as well. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
In your group, or with the mentoring team, or among yourself.
Where is that? Okay. You want to share?
So if you do a big Google Hangout, where we're saying we're going to have a logging checkpoint, if you want to log on.
I need the theme going on to the issues. Great point.
But you know, I kind of want to see what's going on.
I think this one is,
Like an update.
and I think this one's Hannah, which is updates for how we're doing, and this one is me. So what are the things that we should be focused on, what are we going to put together to talk about, you know, what is the next project then, how are we going to work that, what do we need, so I do think that's anything else? So we'll just sort of do 4 ideas now, unless anyone's got any big ones.
Just within that, if anybody else thought they'd like to know what other things how they're progressing.
If it was come back to the open reference that might be useful.
Which is not one of those like
I think
network.
Yeah, I'm just like, wouldn't that be helpful just like say routes together to find out generally what
Like outside what's here.
More like, so like between, so what it is like international is doing like whether it's never, like they're all that one such may not feel like kind of thing you do now.
Or I could have helped with that because I know X, Y, Z.
But actually one of the things that can be useful is the project highlighting that you guys are doing the review center, and so that
So what's all this month?
And actually, if Rachel is working on social innovation stuff, then that might be really interesting to find an update on the social innovation program website.
So what we've not done, is not figure out how I'm here, so a little bit about presentation, or we're not going to use up
Or like, does anybody have an idea of how to create the system for mentors? If not, then. And then to give
How do you
them
accreditation?
certificates. What do you want from an accreditation? Why do you want, like, why do you want?
Shut up on LinkedIn, it's formal.
Yeah.
It can be like the most basic thing, MVP level 1.
But then also that it might encourage us to go out and gain more skills in a certain area if that signals something that we need to happen.
And potential recruitment sort of like other mentors.
Yeah, it's a selling point to be part of.
Yeah.
And it's not just in the room.
Yeah.
People could end up going back to it. You need to be credible, so you need to think about who it's coming from. Is it just the alumni or is it sponsor companies?
And then how does it work, like, different years, right? So you mentor 1 year, you mentor 1 year. On admin level, like,
It'll be so much admin for you guys to like apply for your accreditation. We'll probably have to like fill out, if we were going to go for a credible one, we've got to use it. You probably have to fill out like a portfolio, like the work you've done, what your challenges are, and some reflections. It could be something that we can do over the summer and get a group of people together, like all you guys now are working on mentor accreditation, put you in a basic group, share, give you a deadline. I guess our challenge then is either find a supplier, and you're willing to pay for it. We pay for it, you pay for it, the sponsors pay for it, you guys pay for half of it, and then what we do moving forward. Because I know it's something that we're going to talk about. Well, if it's a formal one, if it's a formal accreditation, I'm going to give you level 1, yeah.
Like, as I said, I would never sign if I got training.
I think it would really depend on the actual conflict. If it's like a brand.
Yeah.
Like, then I was
Yeah, but it comes with an association.
It depends on
accreditation from the RSA.
it depends on
What I want to do, so what we'll do is we've got Karen's psychology that we'll look at them in more detail. The last thing I want you to do is if you're interested in helping with either the formation of groups or accreditation, then you stick your name on this bit of feedback and then we'll do that. It shouldn't take, it'll be what, maybe 4 to 6 hours over the next couple of months just to work out what we're going to do and how we're going to deliver it. It's not that big a commitment. Me and Hannah will probably put a lead on it and we'll go from there. It's just not really simple. How long is it?
Yeah, and that is we won't get that. Please sit down. Please sit down. Hey, I just said that was it for you. Where you want to fall back to your team group? Right, sit down. We're just going to do the next session, which is taking your team to the next level. So we talked about the tiers, you know how the tiers work, and how we interact with each other. So what we're going to do now in your tier group is we're going to look at what are the characteristics of your tier and what are the characteristics of the tier above, and therefore what are the things that you guys need to focus on to get your team to the next level. So what is the tier above got that you haven't got? What are the key characteristics? What do they do well that you don't do, that your team don't do? And then from that, what are we going to focus on? In 15, 20 minutes, we're going to feedback 3 things that our team will focus on to take our team to the next level and how we're going to focus on it. Michael, you have a question?
Then we've got we started low,
Yeah, so time to get rid of the Caroline's on your there should be kind of line, I guess. So, how many minutes of being from the moment, so really like the place of what is I work with both Queen Mary and the Expected. Who's both? Also, FYI, okay, so what are some of the challenges? So I'll start. So some of the challenges I've seen is kind of lack of knowledge within the team at the beginning of the year about Enactus, what that is, how to handle the project, what's going on around the so we're yes, so like for me, it's a really big thing around well, actually, they how to like be help them be Like, I guess I kind of more than like,
Yes,
so like, so both of my teams have two people at the moment in them, so I think you need to have some. So we need to, I think, in the end of having agreed that like how key things that we wanted to work on. Obviously that was really important. So what do we do with the key things? So like and that was like communication like communication.
Right, so communication is in actually pushing across what's going on, so you might do very easy, you might just want to stick with emails and one of the focuses that's quite simple thing, but if I just start going out there and having face-to-face can be a lot exactly right. So
and then final one. And also the people when they are I would take that back having that gives people the motivation. You say that you have I don't think that's a really good point. I feel very similarly with you there. It's like it's really like I've had for 3 years, and actually they're making the same kind of time so that you're like, okay, do this, how they like that's what there's a how do you bring in humans as well, so that like they can engage in different ways and they have that kind of.
I think the team.
Enthusiasm is needed.
I'm assuming too.
And is that just knowledge? So if we group something, so what we're going to try to set back is like the key issue and then how we're going to tackle it. So actually acknowledge and motivate. I know they're slightly different, but actually they're quite interesting. So have an understanding of it, then so if you think those two and that's like A, those two is doing it or bringing it as a team, maybe that are only actually like ATL, not say like how to especially if they're through a similar scenario. Okay, cool. Particularly if all the only kind of time you see a team amazing for do that, there will be challenges along that way. Okay, so support. Okay, so like how can we help them think about how to think about gaming? I like what I see. So So how
with that token, it's really increased support and familiarity. Really need to teach someone how to use it now. It's time. There's nothing very familiar with that kind of support aspect. It's getting used to it. So having this guy, having it like planning out a routine, for sure, or together, it's just a case of environment.
and it's a bit of expectation. For me to be able to help you, I okay, cool. So we've got this one. A little bit better. Does everyone find it okay? Anything else?
Hey guys, we're out of time. Let's just start feedback.
You type it. Do you want to send it back? Yeah, that's not my job. Okay, one, hold here, hold here, hold here. One more. Keep asking. That I think that just okay, cool. You clear? Because I am going to fire. So that's why we're rounding up 30. I guess it's from 30. We're rounding up exactly. Is it time? Yeah, oh, it's time. Okay, guys! peer group to me, and then we'll have it all on here. So we'll write up and share it with everyone. So your strategies will be used. I'm going to pick on my tier first. Sorry. So, do you want to introduce yourself to everyone
Yeah,
first?
I'm Matthew. I was rooting from University of Plymouth there, Enactus team. I was the CRA implementation team. I've got Cardiff, I call it the restarting teams. We supposed to come up with 3 key areas, but we decided that it's kind of too important, especially for building up a team, just to 3 with so many things we need to really work on. But the first one was motivation and actually feeling good about what they need to be doing. Because they're brand new, things might be failing, might be down half and that kind of thing. Motivation and like really pushing them forward and getting that motivation going, we thought was one of the most important things. Support, so for them understanding what they've got internally as well as externally with universities and their business supervisors, and prioritising relationships. So say you've got like 10 business supervisors, you can really want to focus on the ones who can build team leadership, team responsibility, team building, those kind of things. Stakeholder management.
So I think that was how we were going to as mentors do
That's
it.
our own context. And our own context, so university advisors and anything like that. Communication. Obviously, communication is something that really needs to develop because everyone's already aware of email, Skype, that kind of thing. So we're saying actually getting familiar with it. So making sure that once a week we have a Skype call or a Google Hangout, something like that, so we become sure it's just part of what we do. And team training was another thing. So getting teams that have experience, so one of you lot who come to one of our struggling teams and actually have a team interact, teach each other, so learn from mistakes and anything like that. With that also you're going to learn that you're not alone. You can make mistakes and still move on from there. So, yeah, those are our main things.
Great. Is there anything else on motivation? How we're going to do it? Want to explain that?
Just so we get something off the ground, so there's something that they can see is actually working, which will motivate them to like improve their managers if they need them, and just motivate them to get better products.
Okay, so we do. It will be written up and shared. Should we go to low first? Who's up?
That's me. Okay, hi, we're Loading. I'm Matt, and we're Loading. And I'm next to details here. So we came up with kind of 3 areas that we built. We can support projects, network, and sustainability in terms of like in summer action. Projects, so we just work more directly with project leaders rather than just the team leader. I'm sure many of you know you kind of get an update probably more regularly from the team leader rather than the actual project leaders themselves. We sort of suggested we should attend project meetings and committee meetings more regularly. We can kind of get a bit more in-depth knowledge of discussions and what they want to achieve. And sort of designing availability in projects or quality of it. Right. Network was our second priority. We said that we should show strong team support network, show them who they are, how they can use them, how they can contribute. Map out the network goals, so we have like a session during the summer. We say you need to use your VA, you can do windows and actually pay, this is how you use them. And just sort of go with growing network and growing the board goal. And then our third one was sustainability. And we decided that we should work with the team to have a recruitment plan and training sessions. Expectations for the team as well. And training within 10 days. Yeah. So that was our overall success in summer.
Sorry, what was that final one?
Training days within 10 days.
And they all
Recruitment. Thank you. Any questions?
Awesome.
Why 10 days?
Why 10 days, guys?
We
with it.
But if we was actually get them to engage and then into 10 days.
What do you think is the
depends on the team, then, if it's their experience.
But for your
that's
overall
quite
role,
okay.
you're communicating to us.
Yeah, I think it really depends on the specific team. That's,
It's not going to be fun. And the whole weekend, you do that, 3 hours.
Okay. Next. Thank you.
So,
Is someone from my group going to be back?
Yeah.
Mike.
Maybe someone new.
Oh,
Just put that there.
I wrote it down. But
Yeah, we wrote it down as well. Make sure they understand. Not the wrong.
Brand is talk, we can have like a mouse machine. Yeah. Everyone sounds like it's too much.
I got voted out. So.
Yeah, what's the hashtag?
Enactus Mentors.
Hashtag
Enactus Mentors.
Hashtag Enactus Mentors.
Where should I take that? Enactus Mentors. Let's get it trending.
Not
You're currently
Okay, let's go. We're missing lunch.
We're the medium team, and we basically discussed that our teams are most likely in a situation where either they have a sustainability issue, tending to be on the finance side, as well as maintaining their team, or their projects aren't up to a standard where they can inspire the potential of members. So what they could do, obviously, is make them think and act long term. So the first thing we're planning to do is get them to do a 2 to 10 year plan, just to make sure that they know where the team should be in the future. Get their team recruited and engaged early, which means recruit them correctly, make sure you sell your Enactus team in the way that it actually is, so they're represented. And also do some training events in the first few weeks of the company where they're still high to the button for good structures. Hopefully recruit structures, because they say 3 years. And the last one is make sure your projects are good and inspiring. So either you sell them in that way, your project meetings are in that way, or you show them projects from other teams. So you can see, don't just judge us by our team, we're a new team, we're young, we're small. Look at what we could have done if you come to the Good.
We have all DJs on the green.
The details are on the other side.
That's fine, and then we'll go to
Ready? Imagine.
Enactus Mentors.
Guys, well, the value of hearing what other tiers are doing is when you're thinking about working with your teams, and you can think back to what you need to change to move them up.
Okay, so we've got the emerging teams, so we've got the teams that are just below the high-performing ones, and we want to get them to that last stage. So the first problem we identified are the nature of the project. So there's 2 different cases there. So one case could be that the projects are good, but they just don't have they're not scalable at the moment. So it's about getting them to that level, so getting the extra resources, making them scalable to take these projects to the next level. And the other case could be that the projects at the moment are maybe too small, which brought the team into this emerging bracket, but they just need to think bigger. So how can we tackle that is show them world-class ideas, World Cup projects, projects from national winners to get them inspired and also see what's possible with their existing projects, show them how it's scalable, give them extra training and measuring, those type of things, and just show them where the top bar lies. Second main problem we identified is that these teams are often driven by 4 or 5 core people, and almost everything comes from them. So it's really about spreading out responsibility and what drives the team amongst more people. So getting it from 4 to 5 people to 10 people, getting it to 20 people, and just making it more sustainable as a whole. How do we do this? Try to get an understanding amongst all members of the team what Enactus is, what are we trying to achieve, what is the end goal, what is the vision. And this can also be achieved by a team training. So there are a couple of ideas that will be led by well, like a big team, getting maybe some of these teams together amongst themselves. And that's really key. There could be an all-day training, maybe even weekends, depending on the resources that these teams have, what can be done. Then the last one we have is oh yeah. Utilizing their structure to the max.
So basically, a lot of these teams, they have a really good business advisory board, or they have pretty good finances, but they haven't necessarily used their finances to the maximum with their projects, or they haven't engaged their BAD to the maximum that they can do to get the most out of it. So it's really taking what they have and what they're doing really well and pushing it to the next level. Because the best teams, they milk everything. They get the most out of grants, they get the most out of their university. It's all one doing having good university relationships. How can you get the best out of it? And I think that's what these teams need to do.
How's the mentoring going to help them to do that?
I think it's about helping them acknowledge where they are in that, if you like, internal team index. You know, how is their university relationship? Is it actually that good? Are they getting university contracts like Southampton? Can they do something similar? And making them realise that there's more that they can be doing, pushing the bar higher. And I think being able to help them learn and develop new skills and recognise where they are.
The most important is for them to understand where their projects are, and it goes back to that training day around setting expectations. You think back to not being grown a lot in the past few years, but the key moment was when they can define that this is our bar, and we're not doing anything, not going out there, not going to bother with all this crap that's below it. We're only going to do projects at this level. That's what I'm saying, Sheffield at the same sort of level where this is the level, and we're going to stick to that level, and we're only going to do something on that level. So I think for me, it's them understanding that this is the bar, and understanding why their projects fall short, and then how to get them there. It's probably because they're not sustainable or scalable, my gut feel. But either way, what is the shortcut? What does world class look like? And then they can start milking everyone on how to get there. But if you don't know where you're going, you can't milk anyone to get there.
How will you focus on that as a mentoring tier?
So all these volunteers for Enactus UK instead of a merge, team training, because we were kind of saying, well, a couple of years ago, Nottingham had a training day with some more emerging teams, and the problem was a lot of the content just went over their head because Nottingham wanted this kind of training, and these guys were actually more something different. And so the view was actually these guys have got similar needs and requirements for what they're trying to get on training. So rather than them all doing separate weekends with separate alumni with separate lives, just get them all in the same room, whoever these emerging teams are, and they're them.
All right, guys, thanks very much. Feel free to come and have a look. It's quite interesting seeing some of the threads that go through those. We are now on lunch. Please be back here by 10:02, which gives you 35, 40 minutes. There are some lunch options.